What's what's your craziest crackhead story?
My craziest crackhead
Your
story.
craziest crackhead story.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if he was a crackhead, but I'm sitting here and I see a guy in his car at a green light asleep, just in the middle of it, bumping some Future song talking about, and he's just out, just done. And it's about 5 minutes. He gets back up and he just like takes right off. I mean, but literally 5 minutes. Just, like the car was like almost in an intersection and not moving at all. The car was on. It was in drive and everything, but he was just sitting there sleeping. Done.
Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Carlos Perez and I'm a tattoo artist in Philadelphia. I started collecting sneakers in 1993. What got me into it was my mother. She was a huge shoe collector, so I kind of just got into collecting shoes as well.
Is your mom like into you like doing tattoos? Was that a shock to her? Like,
yeah, no, my parents were very religious, so when I got into tattooing, they were like, "Oh, like we're not really into that," but I was like, "Well, this is what I'm choosing to do, so I'm just gonna do it," you know. Like, and you have to accept who I want to be, you know. Their love for me just didn't stop them from, like, you know, talking to me and, you know, just, you know, accepting who I am. It took them a minute, but, like, you know, it's just what it is, you know. You can't get away from that. When I got into tattooing, I wasn't doing old school. It was doing more of like a new school style because of the graffiti influence. Like everything was twisted and turned and whatever. I didn't get into traditional tattoos till about 6-7 years ago when my eyes opened up here in Philadelphia of the people that were getting that style of traditional tattoos, and I started to pay more attention to it and liking the history of it. What made me gravitate to wanting to do more traditional tattoos. So I grew up as a graffiti artist, and I got into tattooing by accident. I wasn't really into doing tattoos. It wasn't like a thing like I saw tattoos like, oh man, I gotta do that. It just fell into my lap. I was doing graffiti, running around. Someone saw that you know, I can draw and asked me to draw them something, and then asked me if I would be interested in doing tattoos. So I took them up on that and just started doing tattoos, messing up people left and right, and I worked in New York, upstate New York, for 10 years doing tattoos, and moved to Philadelphia in 2007. Started working on South Street and started to figure out all these new styles and honing in on the traditional style of tattooing. And that's where I kind of shaped it to where I'm at now. 20 years later, I'm still trying to figure out, you know, what to do with tattooing. It's very hard to do tattoos. Skin types, you know, people's ideas, you have to be very creative and stay on top of the game, and you know, you want to make sure your lines are clean, you want to make sure your color is bold. It's pretty rough. Tattooing this long, I used to work on a street shop and just do whatever comes into the shop, and people pick stuff off the walls and just, you know, get whatever you get. And now I just kind of like to do just appointment based only and do custom work. My process is you email me, you tell me your idea, you send a deposit to hold your spot. When you come in, I'm gonna have maybe like a sketch, but like try to work with you to make sure that me and you are on the same page, but I'm still gonna put in my style into the tattoo. That's the final thing. Like, I want to make sure that it's my work being put on you. It's not your ideas that you think you're gonna get put on you. You came to me for one reason, is because you like my style, you like my work, so that's what you're gonna get. What I'm into now is what I've always been into, is Adidas, hands down. When I first got into shoes, like I said, I was into breakdancing and like hip hop. So my first shoe was shell toes, and I've always been into the Adidas. Anything the Adidas put out, when the ZX models came out, I was like all over that. And now is all the Boost stuff, and I'm into the Ultra Boost and the Anikis and anything that has Boost in them. I'm like really into. My second favorite would be Nike, just because they're a big, huge mecca, and because of Jordan. Jordan was my favorite, player growing up. Is who I watched, like actually watched on TV playing basketball, and actually seen the shoes on court and be like, those I'm gonna get those like next week. Oh, almost made it. Get it. Oh yes.
So following you, I know you're a proud father, a husband. Since having kids, was there any holdback on? I gotta wait for this cop, or I shouldn't cop this. Are you more picky and choosy, or is it more?
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely. I have 2 kids now, so I used to collect everything and buy every single shoe. I worked on South Street, so all the stores there, I just kept on copying and copying and copying. I started having children, and it was kind of less and less, and now I'm like very selective on what I'm buying. So I have to pick and choose what I like and what I don't like, and just leave it.
Right, because I'll even hit you up and I'll be like, hey, like, are you gonna cop these, etc. And you're like, no, I'm passing. Like that's.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's something I'm surprised, because like even like the bread toes recently, that was something you got.
Well, there's a lot of things that I keep on re-releasing.
Right.
That if I've been collecting since '93, like I have the flu games from 1998 sitting here. Why am I gonna buy more of them? Like, why do I have to keep on buying the restock or the
right,
the retros or anything like that if I have the originals? Alright guys, thanks for coming out and taking a tour with me on my day-to-day life. Shout out to Villa for doing this for me. And you can find me here at 7 Swords, 2580 Frankfurt Avenue. My IG is Carlos PEREZ Tattooer, one word. Thanks.